Hello everybody, I'm back here with another video, and this is going to be a short message, a short love message. What's going on in the name of love? And this is just going to be about the interferences when it comes to love. I'm going to share with you guys what was being shared with me on a spiritual energetical level. Also too, I have some story times that I want to add that will add more context to this video. So first and foremost, I want to start by saying this story time. So when I was younger, when I was in elementary school, there was this guy that I liked. And he was a mixed kid, and he just was really handsome to me, and I liked him, but I didn't have a class with him, and I didn't really know him. I just saw him on the playground, and I just really took a liking to him. So my little bold self, when I was younger, with the courage and the confidence that I had, I decided to introduce myself, and I befriended him. And my friends would make jokes like, oh yeah, she likes you, oh y'all are cute, stuff like that. So at first, I would be the one just coming to speak with him, making that initiative, because like I said, I didn't really know him, but I took an interest to him, so I wanted to make myself known. Now as an adult, I don't think I would be exactly like that, as persistent as I was when I was younger. I like men to approach me. So yeah, so we started becoming friends. Eventually he started persisting me. He started coming up to me. He started talking to me. Sometimes I would come up to him and I would talk to him. My friends knew of him. We just started hanging out together and things of that sort. And we started to get to know each other. And I had a crush on him the whole time. So then it got to a point where I think we dated for 1 day. And this is elementary stuff. We dated for 1 day. So we dated, right? And we started dating. I told y'all, when I like a guy, it's crazy because sometimes I will like a guy, and then when I stop liking him, all of a sudden he starts liking me. I think sometimes it's an ego thing, but majority of the time I always get the man that I want, and I don't have to manipulate in order to do it. It's always organically. But yeah, so we started dating, right? I think we dated for a day or two or something like that. So this popular girl came up to me. She was just like them, she was the Regina George of the school. She was this mixed chick. And she was the leader of her group. And me, I never too much cared for beauty standards, and I'm still like that. I'm just beautiful, I don't have to follow beauty standards in order to be beautiful, to create my own lane. And I was even like that when I was younger. I didn't care about standards. I didn't care about social standards, social status. I didn't care about none of that. I was just me, just authentically me. I showed up as myself. Sometimes I had good days, sometimes I had bad days, and it's still like that to this day. So this mixed chick, right? She came up to me with her little friend, and she was like, oh, do you date da 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 da? And I lied and I said no, because I already knew the type of energy that she was coming with. What I picked up from her is that she liked him. She liked him too. And she was like, why you? Why would he choose you, basically? This is the type of mentality that she had. I like him. I'm supposed to be with him. Why would he choose you? You. So then they started to criticize him for talking with me and for dating me and stuff like that. And eventually he distanced himself from me for a little bit. I guess he needed to figure things out. But before distancing himself from me, that is what I experienced from that Regina George. She oh, you date him? He dates her? All of a sudden, all the girls in the school start liking him. The light-skinned girls, the dark-skinned girls, the Hispanic girls, they all start liking him all of a sudden because I liked him and because I was quote-unquote dating him. All of a sudden, some of my friends start being weird, talking about, oh, I like him too now. He's my crush too. So then I remember, he would start, watching me more. He would watch how I communicated with my friends. And, he just really started watching me more. I think he just wanted to, really know me and figure out my true character. Because when I was in elementary school, We used to play like little silly games. I was involved in it one time as well too. But it was done to me too, where they will lie and be like, oh, don't date that person because of this, or, they will lie and try to break up couples. So it was a lot of that going on in elementary school. I remember this girl came up to me and was like, oh, he dates everybody. He's a HOE. He dates everybody. He's a player. So they do stuff like this, even now as an adult. So I just wanted to share that little story time to showcase, what is going on when it comes to love. What is all the interference? What is all the complications when it comes to love? And these are the interferences and these are the complications. I had an experience like that just happened the other day. There was this guy, like I was in a public space and he was the most attractive guy in the room. And he was talking to me. And then all of a sudden this light-skinned chick came out of nowhere and like, it was just like it became a lot of tension in the building. Like, it was just like a lot of, oh, you talking to him? Like, went back to that public place and like we were like close together. Like the light-skinned chick was just like, she was real like cock blocking, like making sure like we wouldn't be talking to each other and stuff like that. These are the interference. Most of the women got uncomfortable when we were talking. Why is this going on? It's due to colorism, jealousy, it's due to racism, and it's due to social hierarchy. Colorism, because most light skins, not all, I think all women are beautiful, but when women operate like this, it doesn't make them beautiful in my eyes. But there are light-skinned women and there are non-colored women that think that they are better than darker complexion women because their skin is lighter. If they have like good texture hair, I quote unquote good texture hair, like curly hair, if they're mixed, they think that they're better than women who are darker complexion. They think like they're going to be chosen first over women who are of darker complexion because they're colorist. Not all of them, but the majority of them are colorist. So the reason why most of these light-skinned women do that when they see, somebody like me talking to the most attractive guy is because in their mind, the mentality that they have is, why would he be talking to her? I'm the first choice. I'm the better choice. I'm better than her. She's not better than me. And then they start feeling insecure. And sometimes these are really beautiful women. These are women that are high maintenance that be competing with me. And most of the time, I'm natural. But if I beat my face up, I'm still gonna be eating people up. I'm eating them up without a beat face. They still mad at me and my face not even beat yet. So these are some of the interferences when it comes to love. You have people that are operating in this world like groupies, on the feminine end and on the masculine end. You have men that want to possess the feminine and you have women that want to possess the masculine. The movie that I keep getting is, I think it's called Madea Goes to Jail. It's that movie about that one woman and her name is Candy. And she just like, she has some horrible things happen to her and it put her in a horrible lifestyle. And her childhood best friend, which was a guy, he ended up becoming a lawyer and he ended up helping her out. But he was due to get married to this one light-skinned woman. But the light-skinned woman, she just was like a big Regina George. Yes, she was beautiful, but her spirit was not beautiful. Her spirit was ugly. She didn't care about people. So he ended up not marrying her, and he ended up marrying Candy in the end, who he always loved. So this is a love story where it comes for a lot of us. In order to attract our soulmate on both ends, we all have to do the internal work. And sometimes the masculine is a little behind. He doesn't know the tactics and the manipulation and the games that are going on. He's not in tune with his discernment yet, majority of the time. Not only that, you have envious family members, envious friends, envious people in general that are getting in the way of our love story. Okay, so this is part 2. So it's not only the colorist woman, it's not only the racist woman, and it's not only the woman who depend on social status and social hierarchy. You know, perfectionism, never allowing themselves to be their authentic self. It's also women who are not very in tune with their womanhood and their feminine energy, so they are envious of women who are feminine. And they do some really heinous things to try to take our femininity from us. They'll try to pick fights with us. They'll try to fight with us, scratch our face up. It's just a form of jealousy. They'll try to sleep with our partners, seduce our partners. They'll try to break us up. Like, they'll do the craziest things to break us up, all due to envy and jealousy. What I have realized along this journey, because it has been very exhausting, and it's something that I have to learn how to do better in coping with and dealing with, because in the moment of dealing with it, like when a man is trying to court me or he's trying to talk to me, and then you have all of these women who place themselves in between us, basically try to place themselves in between us in that moment. Sometimes I do get discouraged, because it's like I have to go through all these women just to get to one man. So sometimes I get discouraged, and sometimes I'll just leave the man alone, or sometimes I'll try to humble myself and dim my light in order to not be seen as a threat. And this is like self-sabotage in a way. This is self-sabotage. So this is something that I have to work on. Just like the previous encounter that I told you about with that light-skinned woman, where she was just trying to compete with me over this guy's attention, and she just thought she was better than me just because she was light-skinned, the usual light-skinned chick. She was trying to humble me, and she was trying to make me feel insecure. And in that moment, what I did is I just humbled myself, and I just was super kind to her. But afterwards, I just was like, dang, I need to do better. I need to learn how to do better with this, because I'm blocking love opportunities for myself. But in that moment, it's just really hard for me, because it really dysregulates my nervous system. I don't like to fight over man. I don't like to compete over man. But unfortunately, when he is a high value man, these women are going to try to compete for him. And most of the time, the women don't even want the man. They just want the benefits that comes with the man. They want to have a baby with him so that they don't have to work a job for the rest of their life. They want this man to be their provider. They don't want the man for who he is. I've dated a lot of guys who have money and stuff like that. Just because a man have money doesn't mean that he's a good man. There's a lot of men with money who are still stingy. There's a lot of men with money who would rather invest into themselves than to invest into their woman. But this is what these chicks don't realize. They see a man with money, and they willing to do anything for this man with money. I'm not competing with that. And they do some of the most heinous things to the woman that they see as a threat. They see you as a threat because they want to assimilate that position. So they see you as a threat. And most men, they don't even know what's really going on. They don't. They don't know the games that women be playing. They don't know what it's like out here in the woman world. Do y'all know what's going on? Some men do, because some men say oh, when I go talk to a lady, and all of a sudden her friend trying to downplay her, or her friend trying to get at me, it makes me not want her. It makes me want the quiet one even more. So some men know what's up. But I'm going to need all men to get on board, and I'm going to need all women to get on board too. The women who are victims of this, because for a long time I've been a victim of this, and I didn't even realize why. I'm like, what are people being envious of me for? I love myself. In my eyes, I'm beautiful. Can't nobody downplay me. I have real confidence. I could go on solo trips. I can eat in restaurants by myself. A lot of people can't say that because a lot of people are codependent on other people. They can't stand alone, but I can. Simple. I don't need makeup to feel beautiful. I don't need a wig to feel beautiful. I don't need materialistic things to be beautiful. That's because a couple years back, I went on my self-love journey. I learned how to love myself more in my most natural state. Whatever I put on is a little bit extra, but at my true core, I love myself. But going back to the man that I dated, like most men, they get confidence and validation in their materialism. Like, you know, and I would have to tell them, like the guys that I would date, like, I don't like you for your money. Like, your money is a plus, but I don't like you for your money. I mean, I'm not going to be dating no man who can't take me on shopping sprees. That's that. Like, that sounds like hell, to be dating a man that don't even take you on shopping sprees. Or a man who never took you on a carriage ride. Never took you out of the country. Don't even get your hair done. Not for me. A man that's not abusive. A man that's not cheating. Not for me. So when you have one of those, lady be scavenging for him. They be trying to steal your man because they can't find a man like that. When you have a good man, they try to steal that man from you. When you have a good woman, they try to steal that woman from you too. So it's not just women that deals with this, but I want to talk about the ladies here because it's ridiculous. People could be your friend and still try to sleep with your man. People could be your family member, your own guardian, your own parent, and still try to sleep with your man. So these are where most of the interferences are coming from, especially if that man got a baby mama. This is why I stopped dating men with baby mamas. That cycle is too toxic for me. The baby mama is always possessive. Like, it's always toxicity. I don't have time for it. He got a crazy ex somewhere stalking him, cyber stalking him, stalking his new girlfriend. He got groupies. You know how people got celebrity crushes? These women be having crushes on these regular men like they celebrities. Territorial over these men that they not even in relationships with. So when they see that man get a woman, oh, they try to break them up real fast because they want to be the woman. It's also women who never experienced true love before. So to see another woman experience true love, a lot of the times they're bitter, miserable, and jealous about it, and they want to ruin that woman's happiness. As well as you have some older women who are envious as well too. They're envious of the woman's youth, and just overall, if they never had like a really good love story, then they're just envious in general, and they want to ruin that. And this can come through as, you know, the mother-in-law having a problem with you, the woman relatives having a problem with you. It's because of all the things that I just explained in part 1 and part 2. And it's up to the man to put these women in their place. It's not up to the woman. The woman can stand up for herself in a graceful and classiful type of way, but it's the man's duty to let these women know, I don't want you. And just like I said, how some of these women do the heinous things, they will lie to men in order to, like, you know, discredit the woman that they view as a threat. You know, they will lie to these men so the man doesn't pursue the woman. They will lie to the man. They will be very manipulative to the man, and the man wouldn't even know exactly what's going on. You think a man's ego is bad? Have you ever seen a woman's ego? Have you ever seen a woman's ego? A woman's ego is just as bad as a man's ego. Don't let a woman be hurt. Don't let a woman be miserable. Don't let a woman be bitter. You know, like them bitter exes and them bitter baby mamas. You know how they get. It reminds me of this one lady said, like, you know, this guy liked her and he told her friend, like, oh, I want your friend number, basically. And her friend never gave him the number, and her friend never even let her know that the guy was interested in her in the first place. Yeah, they be real manipulative like that. So it's up to y'all to take y'all own initiative when it comes to what y'all want and who y'all want, because there will be people that will try to get in the way of your love story, of your success in general, because they are envious and they don't want you to be happy. People love you, but majority of the time their love is conditional. They love you as long as you stay beneath them. They love you as long as you're not deemed a threat to them. You don't threaten their ego, their comfortability. They're okay with you then. But when you're doing well for yourself, that's when it becomes a problem.
Some men only look for validation in other men. You know, like that video when it's like when you go to the family function and the uncle's like, I see you, nephew. Some men like that. Some men only date women so that they can get those type of comments. Some men like because their woman makes them look better, especially when it comes to business. A good representation of this would be the TV show The Game, Kelly and Jason. Kelly was his trophy wife, and Kelly was the one that was securing those business deals because the man that was doing business with Jason took a liking to Kelly because she was eye candy. So some men, I forgot what the term is, but some men are looking for validation from other men. And sometimes some men don't choose like their true soulmate and their true love because they are afraid of rejection from society and how society would react to who they really love and who they really choose. Most of them are afraid to be their authentic selves. They do it too because of their family. You know, a good example would be like, you know, a Caucasian male or a Caucasian woman, you know, just a non-black individual, quote-unquote black individual, dating interracially. Sometimes they don't go after their true partner because of the backlash they will receive and how much they will have to fight, you know, how much opposition it would be. You know, maybe their parents are racist. Maybe they'll be cut off from their inheritance from choosing their true love. This one woman said her mom cut her off from her inheritance because she had a baby with a black man. Some men only get with certain women because they only look good on paper, and they're appeasing their family and appeasing their peers. And sometimes some people are only together because they had children together, or they're codependent on each other. Like there's not actually true love, which is why when true love is there with some individuals, it's always underneath attack.